gotta get it, cause I gotta get it.
What's going on? It's your boy SB. Welcome back for another video. So we are going to get into the process assistant pros and cons, my experience. Let's go. Now listen, there is no greater sight for your eyes to behold at an Amazon warehouse than a process assistant in its full glory, operating in its natural habitat. All right. I know I sound a little biased when it comes to this. So PAs are a major key when it comes to a success of the team. Also, it's a big thing when it comes to the downfall of a team. PAs play a major role. Let's talk about it. Honestly, the PA position, I would have to say, has been my favorite position so far working at Amazon. I've been a tier one, I've been a stower, been a packer, been an ambassador, hit the dock. We're not talking about the dock. And now in corporate, and I truly think I give my favorite position to this role, the process assistant. Now, I've been getting a lot of comments of some of you guys like, man, I want to go for that position, but I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect in an interview. Listen, there's nothing to be afraid of. If you want to go for it, I think this is the perfect position to go for. I passed my interview the first time. It took me 7 months to get this position. Was I nervous? Yes, but somebody gave me some great information. It's one of my mentors at Amazon. They was like, listen, if they're giving you the interview, they're most likely looking for reasons to incline you than they are looking for reasons to decline you. So keep that in mind. If you're getting the interview, most likely they want to see you succeed. And with that being said, we're going to start off with the pros. So the first pro is you do not have to wait 2 years to get this position. If you're coming to Amazon for the opportunity that Amazon brings with all the growth that they have, this position, you don't have to wait 2 years. Me personally, I could have had it at 5 months, or was it 6 months? 5 or 6 months. But my manager wanted me to go to the dock and get it over there. I looked over the railing from floor 2 on Stowe like, yeah, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna stay up here. It took me a few more months to get the position in the area that I wanted it, instead of going to the dock in a position that I didn't want it in. So you do not have to wait 2 years to get this position. There's honestly no time limit on how quick you can get it. So that's definitely a pro. And the next pro is following up with that. You do not need a degree to get in this position. Not only do you not need a degree, you can have terrible work history, no past work history, but you can come into Amazon and get into this position despite that. With no degree, terrible work history, no schooling, you could have dropped out of school and you can get this position. That is a super pro. I've personally seen people who had terrible work history, but they've come to Amazon for the opportunity, shaped up their attitude at Amazon, and stepped into this role within 5 to 6 months and are killing it. This can be your first job. You come in and execute, you can get into this position. That's a pro in my book. So the next pro, this is also something that you get as a regular tier 1, but you do get your 6-month pay raise. Every 6 months, pay raise, pay raise, pay raise, pay raise, pay me, pay me, pay me. So even though you've left the tier 1 and you have entered in the tier 3, you still get your pay raises. It's not like you lose that. That will still be increasing every 6 months. That's definitely a pro. Now, this next pro, that is the away team. Yes, you can go on away teams as a PA, not only as a problem solver and a learning ambassador. As a PA, you can also go on a away team. That is fire. If you have not gone to an away team, once you're done with this video, I'm gonna leave one of my other videos talking about my experience in the away team. They pay for your flight, they pay for your hotel, they pay for your gas, they pay for your food, they pay. You're going to a whole new building, you're launching it, and as a tier 3, you'll be training other process assistants in this new building. And you most likely gonna be training AMs and ops managers and all this other stuff as well. But it's so dope. Definitely take advantage of that. That is a business trip. What other job do you get paid business trips on nowadays? That's a pro. So this next pro, I've talked about it before, the freedom that you get in this position, especially if you execute. You can literally have no one peeping over your shoulder. watching your every move. You can go here, you can go there. You're in this station, you're in that station, you're on this floor, you're on that floor. As long as you're keeping the work standard of whatever that is in your department, you're hitting your quotes, you're handling business, the freedom that you get in this position is super dope. That's one of the things that I love. You don't have to stay at your stow station all day or your pack station all day, and that's a pro in my book. All right, so as a tier 3, I think this is a pro, the overtime. Not only are you getting paid more on your overtime because you get paid more, but when you come in to do work on overtime, you're coming in as a regular associate. You don't always have to run shifts. You can, if you're an inbound and you're a PA, on your overtime days, you can just stow. So you'll be stowing, making a PA's pay rate. Or if you're a packer, you're a pack PA, you can go in on your overtime days and be packing and be making PA pay rate. That is super dope. All right, so the next pro for the process assistant is the pay cap. So you get a higher pay cap than you would as a tier 1. Tier 1, 2 years, you're maxing out on your pay cap, on your pay rate. Your tier 3, 2 years, you're maxing out as well, but you're maxing out at a higher pay rate because you get paid more. So that's definitely a pro. You can have a higher pay cap, a higher pay rate in the long run. All right, one of the other pros, it is the experience. You're doing everything that the area manager above you is doing. You basically are going to learn the L4 job and how to run a floor. You're gonna get all the experiences the L4 by being the L3. So especially if you plan on moving up in the company, get up out of there quick, go to that 5 and 6 quick. You plan on being that L5, L6, L7. This is your career. If you are here because Uncle Jeff has chosen you to serve in the Amazon, the PA position is great because you'll definitely get that learning experience on how to run a floor and how to be an AM before you even get into that position. So the cons. First one we're gonna start off with, con number 1. If you are not a people person, this may not be the best position that you want to shoot for because everything that you're doing is engaging with associates. Coaching, you're engaging with associates. Training, staffing, everything, you have to talk to people. So if you do not like to talk to people, you're not a people person, it may be a little challenging for you and that may be a con in your book. Also, when it comes to getting promoted to the tier 3, being a people person is important. Every single tier 3 that I have seen is low-key like they were chosen before they were hired for that position. They're usually prepped before they become a PA. Look in your own building. Most of the PAs were PGs before, were ambassadors before. So if you're not a people person and you don't get along with your team or your manager and all that, then it may be a little difficult for you, just being honest, but it will not stop you. You can still get around that. You can go to Job Finder, submit your resume on your own and go to a different department or try to get a slot at a different building. I've seen that done as well. It can be done. So another con is if you are in school or you have another part-time job. This position is demanding. I think this is a 1-job position. If you're trying to do this with 2 jobs, you crazy, but it can be done. If you're in school, it may be a challenge for you because this job is demanding. This is a key role in the process of your department. Even though it may not be acknowledged as that, and they may try to downplay that, the PA role is critical. And there's 2 ways to look at this on how, if you're in school or another job, how this will impact you. If you're in school, it's gonna impact you because it's so demanding at work. It may cause you to lose sleep, in which will affect your studies, which can ultimately affect the reason why you're going to school, your long-term goal or your long-term career. Is that worth it? That's something that you have to be the judge about. So if you're in school, the PA position may not be for you, but I've seen people get it done. And I've seen people thrive in this position while going to school, but it could be a con because it will be time consuming and it is demanding. So another con for me personally, learning all the tools. I was an ambassador before I came into the process assistant, and I was already doing some of the things. When it came to the coaching and the engagement and leading the team, I was already making an impact in my department before I became a tier 3. The part that was difficult for me was learning the tools, how to track rates, all the tools, how to staff people, all the tools that I'm going to need to now run as a PA. Learning them was a little bit difficult for me. And the first day when they started showing it, maybe because they just threw it all on me in one day, I was like, yo, I'm not going to be able to do this. This looks difficult. But whenever I had a question, I will be sure to ask and ask and ask. they took the time, they taught me and taught me and taught me until the more that I did it, the more it became second nature. But that was a barrier, learning all the new tools. All right, so this next con is a con. It's a con artist. It is a contrary. It is not stress. Now listen, you will have more stress in this position, especially more so in the beginning of you learning the position than your latter time in this position. But especially depending on the department you're in. I've been a PA in inbound, been a PA in outbound. Outbound PA was the most stressfulness that I felt as a human, as a being, as a human on planet Earth. Stress became a person. It would come to me and hug me as a PA in outbound. But that was more so when I was just learning it. Once I got it, hands down, it was still tough at sometimes, but it still got it done. But stress can be on another level as a process assistant. That is true. I'm not gonna lie, there were some times where everything was just breaking down, jam here, jam there. This person's not making rate. Why are they crying? You just want to go around the corner real quick and just be like, so stress is a con. Also, another con, if you do not like doing overtime, you will be doing overtime in this position. You'll be coming in earlier for sync, leaving later to make sure your department's clean and is ready to pass off to the next team to set them up for success with a good handoff. But if you're really on a strict schedule where you have to be out of your job at a certain time, you are expected sometimes to stay later. All right, so another con, more responsibility. Yes, it is more responsibility. If you do not like responsibility, this is not the position for you. And the way Amazon works, if they give you a little pay, it's like little crumbs, you know, like, here you go, would you like some more pay? And at the same time, they have this hand full of responsibility. Like, here you go. You're like a newborn rabbit going to the hand. As you go, there's a hand full of responsibilities that you don't see. You don't see this hand up here. You see the little carrots, the little crumb carrots on the hand of more pay. And then they slam all that responsibility on you. No, I'm just playing. But you will have more responsibility. Overall, if you do not like responsibility, this probably won't be the position for you. But I've seen it to where people, they didn't like responsibility, but they just mastered the tools and they were more chill in this position than they were in a tier 1. So if you just want to work and, man, I just want to relax and this and that, you can do that as a tier 3. You can master the tools and you will honestly have more chill time as a PA than you would as a tier 1. I've seen people do that. Chill all day. I mean, big chilling. It's like, okay, Jeff, Mr. Jeff Bezos over here. Like, but the thing is, they're just so good with the tools. As a PA, you're just moving the pieces. And one of the main things that I did as a PA, you want to have as many hands and arms as possible. What do I mean by that? I would have an ambassador as an arm. I would have this problem solver as an arm. I would have this ambassador as an arm. So when anything goes wrong and I need to be over here, I'm utilizing them. Hey, go handle that for me. Go handle that for me. Hey, you go handle that for me. I have 5 things being taken care of as I'm dealing with one situation right here. So there were times where I was able to have more time to just sit one place and do what I had to do while many things were getting done. The process assistant position, you can have more downtime there if you're smart about it. So if you want to move up in the company, definitely want to shoot for the PA position. This is honestly one of my favorite positions. I had so much fun being a PA in inbound and outbound. Most of my dopest memories at Amazon was being a PA. And if you got a dope manager, that's the cherry on top right there. You and your manager are gonna have so much fun in this position. Definitely a dope position. And even when it comes to the finances, because that's what it really comes down to, right? When it comes to your job, you wanna make sure you're having fun, you enjoy it, but you also wanna make sure that you are getting compensated for it. When you hit the longevity, those raises start kicking in, you will see that pay reflect in your life, especially if you're doing overtime. I think it's worth it. I would definitely go for it if I was you. But anyways, this is your boy SB. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to turn on your post notifications so you can see whenever I drop a video. Catch you guys on the next one. Let's go.
Look, I'ma go get it. So I gotta get it. I gotta go get it. I gotta go get it. I'ma go get it. So I gotta go get it. Look.